Hello everybody, my name is Kathleen Cook and I am the director of the ABA program at Augustana, and I'd like to welcome all of you as new students into the ABA program. I'd like to take just a few minutes to introduce you to a couple of things like a heads up before we have our first orientation meeting. And so that's actually the first thing to talk about. You will be invited to sign up for a 1-hour orientation meeting with me in the month of August. I will send you a spreadsheet that has my available schedule, my days and times. So select a day and time on there that is available for you, that hasn't been taken by someone else. All meetings are individual. If none of the times that you see work with your schedule, let me know and I will work with you to find a good time for both of us. We will talk about getting started, including how to navigate the Augustana student portal, how to get into Canvas, which is our coursework learning management system. We'll also talk about Tavera, which is our fieldwork management program. It's an online program. If you do not yet have a BACB account number, I'll walk you through the steps for registering for the account. All of your paperwork and documentation that you will ultimately submit to the Behavior Analyst Certification Board needs to have your account number on it. I'll also go through textbooks and fieldwork tasks that you'll want to have accomplished either before you begin the program or just as you're beginning the program. And then we'll talk about some ideas for being successful in the program, and I want to make sure that I give you time to ask your questions and I can answer them for you. The other thing that I want to ask you to do now, before we meet for your orientation meeting, is to decide if you need to register for Supervision A or Supervision B for your fieldwork experience courses. So we have two options for students. Supervision A is for students that need all of their supervision from Augustana BCBAs. They don't have BCBAs in their work setting, or they might have BCBAs in their work setting, but the BCBAs don't have time to schedule in individual supervision for them. So this means that we, Augustana, will organize and set you up with individual supervision that would be provided to you online. We would coordinate with your schedules to find days and times that work with your schedule that you would meet on a regular basis, typically once a week, 4 times a month. Typically people keep it on the same day, an hour every month, and sessions are an hour and 15 minutes most of the time. And we do have some flexibility with that as different needs come up. The one thing to know about Supervision A, other than it's completely online and through Augustana, is that we are required by the BACB to have one observation per month where the supervisor actually observes the trainee or student applying behavior analytics strategies in the work setting. And since online supervision means the supervisor is not in the work setting, this would require you to either video record an activity in your work setting to share with the supervisor. You can also live stream if you can make arrangements between your work setting and your supervisor to live stream activities so that the supervisor could observe you applying behavior analytic strategies in that setting. If you are in Supervision A, you do need permission from both your work administrators and the parents of any clients or students that would happen to be in the videos in order for the videotaping to take place. So those are things to keep in mind. If you work for a place that would not allow you to videotape, please contact me as soon as possible so we can talk through it and see what options we can come up with. Supervision B is available to students who do have BCBAs in their work setting that can provide supervision for them. And again, we're talking about individual supervision. You can see that both Supervision A and Supervision B students do have online group supervision. All students in the program participate in group supervision for 5 hours a month, 2.5 hour sessions every month with a small group of other students in the program. But with Supervision B, the individual supervision is provided by someone in person in the work setting. It is a BCBA who is available to supervise them. So these are people that you work with, that are at a company that you work for. And if this is the case, if you're interested in Supervision B, we do ask for the supervising BCBAs in your work setting to sign our supervision contract. Everybody that is affiliated with you and your supervision would sign your contract. And then Augustana shares resources and materials with your work BCBA so they know what you're working on in your fieldwork assignments and in your coursework assignments as well. So do keep that in mind. Start talking to your BCBAs at work if there is a potential for them to provide individual supervision for you in person. And we will talk more extensively about this when we meet for your orientation meeting. If you know automatically or right now that you will not have a BCBA that's available to you, we would definitely sign you up for Supervision A enrollment. Otherwise, the fieldwork experiences are identical. It just identifies where your supervision is coming from. Another couple of things to know about your fieldwork enrollment options, Supervision A versus Supervision B. We will ask you to enroll in either A or B at the start of your first semester. If your work situation changes, we can easily switch from one section to the other at the start of the next semester or between semesters. There is also an opportunity to switch within a semester, but it's a little bit more work. And we would just need to work with the business office to figure out how to prorate your cost, because Supervision A costs are passed on to the student. We actually pay for the supervisors that provide online supervision, and so those additional costs are passed on to students who are in Supervision A in their fieldwork experiences. So you can go here to the Augie edu/ABA page. There's a link here. I'll also send a link in the email that has this video. You can scroll about halfway down this main page to see a link to tuition and fees, and this runs down the differences between Supervision A and Supervision B. And it ends up being, for the entire program, you would pay about $3,000 more for your individual supervision through Supervision A. All right, so please email me your fieldwork enrollment options by the end of July. And if you have additional questions, or if your work BCBAs would like more information to help you make the decision about Supervision A or Supervision B, please let me know. I'm looking forward to visiting with all of you soon.